The following segments are pre-recorded and sponsored by Longworth Productions.
Saluting United Fund of Surry on Triad Today. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to a special edition of Triad Today, coming to you once again from the Senior Botanical Garden in Kernersville. And I say it's special because over the next half hour, we will salute and highlight and showcase and recognize and thank some of the many agencies who do so much for so many people, and they are supported by United Fund of Surry. So you'll meet some of those folks as we go through the half hour. Where we want to start, though, is with United Fund of Surry. Two good friends of ours, Melissa Hyatt's Executive Director of United Fund of Surry, also Riley Scales is Treasurer of the Board and also Controller at J.G. Coram Construction Company. And we welcome both of you. Good to see you.
Hello.
See you.
Melissa, I know that just in case for people that have moved into the area, maybe haven't heard you and I talk about this before, but remind everybody what the mission of United Fund of Surry is all about and who you serve.
Our mission is to strengthen and serve our community by meeting the needs of our neighbors through the services that our member agencies provide.
And you say member agencies, but there, I think I was counting one day, 20, how many of them, 28? Or?
There are 26 programs, but 25 member agencies.
All right. Now, Riley, you're the money guy, and I want to ask you about this. This is very important. You had a sort of fundraising goal that you set. How did you do with that? Where do we stand?
So we set a goal at the first of the year for a $500,000 campaign goal, and I'm excited to announce that we have exceeded that.
Wow.
At $531,000.
And still counting.
And still counting.
I just think that's great, and it really shows how the community's pulled together on that. Riley, do you receive most of the donations from what I used to call a workplace campaign? Is that where you get most of the money coming from?
Yes, sir. While we've seen a decrease in workplace campaigns, we still receive about 65% of our funding from workplace campaigns.
Because I think there's still individuals that don't know that, you know, they can write a check. They can make their own individual donation. Is that hard to do, or?
It's not. You can simply write a check to the United Fund of Surry. You can visit our website, make a donation through our website, or attend one of our events, or become a partnership sponsor at some of our events.
Now, Melissa or either of you can answer this, but is it hard to set up a workplace campaign if somebody wants to do it? Say there's a new company in the area or a company that's never done this before. Is that hard to do, to set that up?
It is very simple. We offer a campaign packet that is a step-by-step process. I take some time with each individual business when they decide, but very simple. Usually we can set it up in less than 20 minutes.
And Raleigh, is there a certain time period during the year? Because I know we just talked about the campaign and you exceeded your goal, and that's great. And we're taping this, of course, in the month of May. But now, does that mean that people can't collect money other months, or just because there's a campaign going on? How does that go?
So our normal campaign runs October 1 through March 31. However, we accept donations throughout the year, and it'll go into the next year's campaign.
You know, Melissa, we didn't rehearse this or anything, but I'm thinking about, you know, we're still sort of coming out of the pandemic. People are still, you know, these are tough times for a lot of families. Mm-hmm. And of course, we know that because a lot of the agencies you support those families and do so many good things, as we'll find out throughout the half hour. But in terms of giving that, you know, Riley and I were talking about, why is it still important, if you can do it, to give money to United Fund of Surry?
Because we support the things that your tax dollars cannot cover, those non-essential things such as family counseling, keeping youth out of the court system, food on the table for those who are struggling, who may have had a short work week, or to assist seniors who are at home without a meal or don't have family to check on them. Those are some of the things that our agencies provide. You know, in this hour you'll see Surry Medical Ministries, the free clinic of when you're, you know, have a lapse in insurance or don't have that opportunity and don't qualify for a subsidy. There are so many things that citizens need from time to time that they may not need every day, but there's a short window that they do need. So it keeps your community healthier and stronger.
Because if it wasn't for you guys, United Fund of Surry, a lot of these folks would fall through the cracks, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
I don't know. And Riley, I appreciate you serving on the board and doing what you're doing. I know you're busy at work, but you believe in this, don't you?
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
All right, I want to put up on screen. UnitedFundOfSurry.org is a general website. You can make a donation. You can learn about some of the many agencies, some of whom you'll see as we meet them throughout this half hour. But I want to thank both of you for all you're doing for so many folks. Thanks.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Need help buying food? Everyone needs help sometimes. Food and Nutrition Services may be able to help you buy food and free up your money for other expenses, such as utilities and medicine. To receive F&S assistance, households must meet income limits. You may be able to get assistance even if you own a home, car, land, property, or have a retirement plan or money in the bank. Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina team members can help you with the application process over the phone. To receive help or if you have any questions, call 336-422-7758.
Banking is like going for a swim. You don't need all the complicated stuff, but you don't want to feel exposed either. At Truliant, we give you just what you need, so you can manage your money on the go or stop by a branch whenever you need to. It's all about having options, while also keeping life simple, with low rates, free financial advice, and friendly faces. So check out Truliant. We have just what you need.
Hi, I'm Jim Longworth, reminding you that Triad Today is now streaming on WFMY Plus, available free on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Back now on this special edition of Triad Today, as we continue to salute and recognize various agencies who are supported in part by United Fund of Surry. And we are pleased to have these two ladies with us who do such great work and help so many people. Robin Testerman Beeson is Executive Director of the Children's Center of Northwest North Carolina, and Danielle Davis Stanley is Community Relations Coordinator of that agency. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Robin,
having us.
I'm going to start with you. What's the mission of the Children's Center and what areas do you serve?
Our mission is the prevention and treatment of child maltreatment and to improve the lives of children and families in Northwest North Carolina.
Now, I know it's, we won't go to a lot of statistics and everything, but how many children do you normally serve and what do you provide them with? Give me some help on that.
Okay. On average for Surry County, we serve over 500 children a year and their families, so that's not even including their families. We provide them with parent education support, youth programs such as our teen court, Y-Tri, resiliency, tutoring, and our Girls Circle, any kind of peer support group, and then we offer behavioral health and we offer emergency shelter and respite for families.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask too. I mean, what about, didn't you email me one day or say something about residential facilities? Are there any of those available?
Yes, we have one. We have one home that we provide for the community, but our biggest facility that makes the biggest impact or has the biggest impact is our PFC Adam Marion Children's Resource Center. And that's the hub of all the services that we told you about earlier.
Right.
We want a lot of prevention and intervention to prevent children from being removed from their home.
Absolutely. I mean, I really appreciate what you're doing in that regard too, as far as prevention and not just, dealing with it after the fact. Danielle, how common is child abuse, and is it always something we see? Is it always physical?
Child abuse is very common. What we like to focus on is strengthening and supporting families to prevent child abuse. All connections matter in the life of a child, whether it's churches, family, friends, the community. We can all make a difference, so that's what we like to do.
You have a behavioral health program too. Now, what is that about?
So our behavioral health program, we do offer that. We have a cognitive behavioral health that is trauma-focused based.
Right. Let me come back to you, Robin. I know we've talked about that you're focused on preventing and dealing with child abuse. Now, is there also separate help available for parents?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked about that. That's one of our main focuses is our family support programs. We provide all types of parenting. Our board is really committed to providing evidence-based quality programming. So we have Strengthening Families, Incredible Years, Nurturing Parenting. So we do in-home parenting. We visit the homeless shelters in Surry County to provide parenting support. We offer parenting support to newborns, but most of all, we reduce all barriers for parents participating by providing transportation, childcare, an evening meal when we have classes in a family environment to show them the strength of having a family together.
Right, I just think that's great. Now, let me put you on the spot here, because we mentioned at the top of the show that United Fund of Surry helps out in supporting great agencies like yours. How important is that support in sort of sustaining your mission?
Oh, it's vital. Without them, we couldn't do it. Not only financial support, but they provide a lot of resources to help us build capacity in the community. They connect the other nonprofits. They have workshops and skill building that helps us grow stronger as a community.
All right. I want to put up some information before we lose time here. First is the website, Children's Center NWNC, stands for Northwest North Carolina, Children's Center NWNC.org. Please check that out. And also, unitedfundofsurry.org for all sorts of information about the various agencies. To Robin and Danielle, I really appreciate what you're doing for the kids on their behalf and to help parents too. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Fly local, fly easy, fly PTI.
You know, it's hard to believe the Safe Sober program has been going strong for over 30 years.
And over 600,000 students have made the pledge to stay safe and sober on prom night. You know, Griff, it's had a huge impact on our community.
Yeah, you're right, David. And now we're making sure the message continues year-round.
So everyone can join us in supporting our students.
Learn more and take the pledge at safesober.com, sponsored by Daggett Schuler.
My mother passed away on a Monday night. My dad and I were with her. What would have been a dreadful experience at home was a blessing at the Woltz Hospice Home in Dobson. Mama was safe and comfortable. So were we. We were even able to bring our dog Gracie for a visit. From their in-home care to their hospice homes to helping us after she was gone. The people at Mountain Valley Hospice made us better people and became family.
Back now in this special edition of Triad Today as we salute and recognize some of the many agencies that serve so many people, do so many good things, and they are helped and supported by United Fund of Surry. And one of those agencies, very important one, we're going to talk about right now with two great folks. Nancy Dixon is president of Surry Medical Ministries, and Luke Morrison is vice president. Thanks for being here, both of you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And Nancy, of course, had lived in Kernersville in this area before, and you were just slung up here by your wife and coming from Alabama. So we're glad to have both of you in this area. Nancy, what is Surry Medical Ministries? What's the mission?
The mission of Surry Medical Ministries since 1993 has been to increase access to quality health care for people who are low income and uninsured who have traditionally had barriers to access of health care.
Is that for everybody, like the whole family? Is it for children, or you can't help children, or what?
Well, we are for folks who are uninsured. So at this point in time, many children have access to Medicaid when they're younger, but there are children who do not have that access. So if they don't have that access, we will see children. And many seniors have access to Medicare, but if they don't have that access, then we will see children. So we are about increasing access to health care. If you do not have that access, then we will help you. You are low income.
You're talking about low income, you're talking about seniors, and you know, I'm thinking, well, medicines are so expensive these days. Didn't you email me one day and said that you guys operate a pharmacy?
We do operate a pharmacy. In fact, that was started by a local pharmacist the second year that we began operations, because one of the barriers to improving people's health was ensuring that they were able to have the medicines they needed.
Right.
So they decided that the best thing to do was to bring that pharmacy in-house and prevent folks from having to have another way to organize transportation to get to a pharmacist, et cetera. So they brought that in-house, and we provide free medicines for folks.
I just think that's great. Luke, let's talk about a few very special services that you guys offer, and let's start with physical therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're very thankful for a team of physical therapists and physical therapy assistants that are all volunteer, provided by Choice Physical Therapy. They come once a month. We don't prescribe narcotics, so we actually treat chronic pain through physical therapy and have had excellent results.
You also offer, I believe, dental care?
Yes, we do. We have a team of about 12 dentists, and they volunteer their time as well as their staff members. They come, and every Friday they perform extractions or oral hygiene and restorative care and preventative care.
And these are free services?
They are free services.
That's just amazing. That's amazing. Now, and also I want to ask you about diabetes management. What does that entail?
Yes, we have a specialist on staff, a pharmacist, who is extremely knowledgeable in the area, and she meets one-on-one with our patients. She provides long-term management care and preventative care as well. And we also partner with Reeves Community Center, where they offer water aerobics and weight training as well to help our patients.
All right, Nancy, let me ask you, how important is the funding from United Fund of Surry in helping you to sustain your mission?
We could not do this without the United Fund of Surry. Throughout the years, they have been a consistent supporter for us. Those funds go to help provide our medicines, is one of the basic areas, because it is very difficult to obtain specific money for medications.
Absolutely, and as we talked about before, they're so expensive, so that makes a big difference there. Before we run out of time, I want to put up the information, because I know that you not only accept donations, but you need volunteers from time to time, and so go to surrymedicalministries.com, folks, surrymedicalministries.com, or you can call 336-789-5058, and also please visit unitedfundofsurry.org for more general information. And for all you guys do for providing that free care, it's so comprehensive and so necessary. Thanks for everything, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
What are you waiting for? Your future awaits at Guilford Technical Community College. Make amazing happen.
Are you looking to jumpstart your future in the fast-paced, rapidly growing food industry? In Second Harvest Food Bank's Providence Culinary Training Program, you'll learn the craft and art of cooking, plus business and management skills, science and nutrition, and essential life skills. Providence Culinary Training has helped hundreds of individuals just like you launch successful culinary careers. There's no reason to wait to turn your passion for food into an exciting career. Check out the upcoming class schedule on our website at providencews.org.
Hi, I'm Jim Longworth, reminding you to catch my column Longworth at Large and Yes Weekly every week. It's available throughout the Triad, or you can go online, yesweekly.com. Back now on this special edition of Triad Today, as we salute some of the agencies who do so many good things for so many folks, and they are agencies supported in part by United Fund of Surry. We now turn our attention to the Salvation Army of Mount Airy, and we welcome two very special guests. Captain Ryan Vincent, of course, with Salvation Army of Mount Airy, and Christy Parker is the Director of Social Services, and welcome both of you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Ryan, let me start with you. What's the mission of the Salvation Army, and what areas do you serve?
Well, put most simply, we are to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ first and foremost, but also to meet human need without any form of discrimination.
And of course, you're serving people throughout the Mount Airy area, or is it all through Surry, or what?
We cover Surry County, but we also do some work in the surrounding counties as well, even up into Virginia.
Now, Christy, a lot of folks who are watching are thinking, Salvation Army. Yeah, I've seen folks at Christmas time with the kettles, and they're ringing the bell, and they're asking for donations. But that's just Christmas time. But you do a lot of things year-round. What are some of the services that Salvation Army provides day in and day out?
Well, we help people in our community with food assistance, and we can do that once every 2 months. We also help with vouchers for our family store, where clients are allowed to go in and get some clothes and shoes and stuff for their families. We assist with medicine occasionally. When somebody's needing help with medicine and they can't afford it, they can come in and ask for assistance. We do some help on some bills. We do a little bit on Mount Airy City water bills, and we do some on energy bills when we have the funding for that.
So you can even help with, you say, even help with things like rent and utilities? Is it, you can do that too?
The rent, not so much, because it's really expensive now. As everybody knows, it's kind of went up in the last couple of years. But if somebody comes in needing help with rent assistance, we usually try to get together with some other organizations and try to get that person help at the end of it if we can't do it.
We were talking off camera, and Ryan mentioned this, and you mentioned just a minute ago about a store. Tell me about the store, because maybe a lot of people don't know about that.
Our Salvation Army Family Store is a a thrift store. So people donate items to that store, and then we put them out on the shelf and we resell them, or we give them away. So it can go either way. The funds that we make for the stuff we sell, of course, gets put back into our services at the office to help people. And then the stuff that's sold is sold at a cheaper price, so that, you know, maybe people in town that can't afford to go to Walmart or go to a retail store to buy it can come to us and buy it for a lesser price.
Absolutely. I just think that's great. Ryan, do you need, when we talk about donating, and Christy's talking about donating goods and things that people can buy at a discount, what about, do you need volunteers all the time?
Yeah, it's always helpful to have bodies in the building, if nothing more than to help more people understand what all the Salvation Army does.
And we'll give the website in just a second. And when I do that, I'm assuming when people go to that, there's ways that they can even make a cash donation?
There are, and that's always helpful as well.
Okay, so good. Christy's talking about you can donate things that can be sold. You'll accept money. You need volunteers. So all of those things. But before time runs out, Ryan, why is the support from United Fund of Surry so important to helping to sustain your mission in this area?
Well, like all of our donations, it makes everything happen. So much of our regular mission doesn't happen without funding behind it. And so when we have these foundations that come in behind us and see the work that we're doing and get involved, it helps us take it to the next level, to engage on a deeper meaning and to make sure that we're meeting the most need in His name.
Right. Christy, we have a few seconds left. We didn't rehearse this, but what's gratifying to you about your job?
Seeing people succeed, seeing people that have come in and got assistance with something from us, and then coming back 6 months later, a year later, and just telling us how much they appreciate what we've done and how much they're willing to give back, you know, and donate stuff to us for somebody else or give us cash donations. That's what makes it worth it.
Isn't that something? Bless your heart. I tell you, up on screen, southernusa.salvationarmy.org/Mount Airy. Read that on screen. It's kind of long. Or you can call 336-786-4075. And then another reminder to please check out the general website, unitedfundofsurry.org. To Ryan and Christy, thanks for all you do for so many people.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision-making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
Veterans, when you're struggling, soon becomes later, becomes someday, becomes when. Don't wait. Reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
A brighter energy future starts today, and we're ready. We're leading the clean energy transition, cutting carbon emissions even while improving reliability, adding more renewables like solar and wind, all while managing our costs to help keep energy affordable for everyone. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Back now on this special edition of Triad Today, as we salute and recognize some of the many great agencies that do so much for so many people in this area, and they are funded by United Fund of Surry. And we're going to focus now the next few minutes on Girl Scouts. We've talked about Girl Scouts in this program before. We love them. And next to me is our very special guest who's been on the show before, June Sisk, is Senior Director of Girl Scout Engagement for Girl Scouts Carolinas Peaks to Piedmont. Welcome back.
You did a great job with all that.
Well, yeah, I rehearsed it. That's right. Now, what areas are included in your footprint, and how many Girl Scouts do you serve in Surry County?
Okay, so we have 40 counties in our Peaks to Piedmont footprint, all the way from western North Carolina, hitting up the metropolis of wrapping right around Charlotte, going over to Greensboro, and serving the high country in the central part.
Right.
Total council-wide, we have about 6,700 girls, and in Surry County, we serve about 120 girls.
And doing a great job at it, too. Now, let's talk about the benefits of being a Girl Scout. Let's talk, what are the benefits short-term, and what are the benefits long-range for being a Girl Scout?
So short term, you're giving the girls the opportunity to be herself. You're putting her in an organization that has been putting her first for 113 years. We give her a safe space to be her. We give her the opportunity to grow. Our program is girl-led, which means they get to make the decisions about what badges they want to earn, what do they want to do with her cookie money, what kind of adult do they want to be. I tell everyone, even from Daisies, which is our littlest ones, they're really building their college resume. They're finding out their interest and their likes.
Good point.
So long term, you're looking at relationships that are going to last a lifetime. My daughter's best friend, she made 14 years ago when she walked into her first meeting. And those girls are spread far and wide across all 50 states and 2 continents. And they still get together once a year, together for a girls' trip, and they're there to support each other. So you're building a lifetime of leadership and a lifetime of friendships.
Yeah, interesting phrase you made, because it is a good support system and helping with the future. If there's any one thing more than cookies, say Girl Scout cookies, that people know about, it's Girl Scout camps.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to let you get away from here today without asking. You have a couple of camps coming up this summer, and what are they? What kind of activities are we going to see?
Okay, so we actually have 3 camp properties in our footprint. We're going to be holding resident camp, which means the girls can actually come and spend the night at camp during the week and over the weekend at the Kiawe Program Center in Randolph County, and then at our adventure-based camp, Ginger Cascades, in Lenoir, which is up in Caldwell County. Those start it's about the second week in June and run all the way through August. You can send your girl for 1 week or all the weeks. And each week is different. The girls, again, have the opportunity to choose. Would they just like to stay at camp and do their outdoor skills and swim and go boating and kayaking and archery? And we've got the Alpine Tower and just high adventure. We also have some weeks that are off-site programs, especially for our older girls, that let them really hone in on those specific interests that they have.
So it's all kind of age appropriate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I guess it's a silly question, because I'm assuming I know the answer, but are you always sort of in need of adult volunteers and leaders?
We could not serve the girls without them. 98% of our workforce are volunteers. And everyone asks me, well, I don't have a daughter. Can I be a volunteer? Absolutely. And you also don't have to be a troop leader to be a volunteer. We're always looking for someone with special skills or just the want to change a girl's future. So we are always looking for episodic volunteers, someone that can just give us their time to make the world a better place.
Yeah, and you do such a great job with shaping these girls and giving them so many great activities and motivations. I think it is great. Now, how important is the support that Girl Scouts gets from United Fund of Surry? How important is that in helping you sustain that mission that you've talked about?
It's very important. They're a nonprofit just like us, and we're working together to build the youth in their future. And without the support of the United Fund of Surry, our organization would not be able to do what we do.
June, I just appreciate everything you're doing. I want to put this up on screen. Girl Scouts P2P, that's .org, girlscoutsp2p.org. Please check that out, learn all about it, and you might want to become a volunteer, a leader, get involved, or if you're a parent, get your daughter involved. We hope you will do all of that. June, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
And as we close out, I want to thank Melissa Hyatt and her team at United Fund of Surry for all their help in putting this special program together, and for all the great work they do in supporting so many wonderful agencies who do so much for so many people. Up on screen, UnitedFundOfSurry.org is their general website. Please check that out. For all of us here, Triad Today, I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next time.